thank my Lord and Savior for allowing me to take this journey. I want to thank our campus director, Amy Bido, faculty and staff at Rasmussen College, my family, my friends, and fellow graduates. I'm so very honored to speak to you on this special occasion as this, our graduation. There is no doubt in my mind that without the love and help and support of my husband, Jim, I would not be standing here tonight, so Jim, I thank you. My journey at this point started years ago. I graduated from high school in 1977 with the dream of becoming an Army surgical nurse. But as soon as I was sworn in, I was informed that the nursing program was closed to women for 1 year, in the hope of getting more male nurses into the Army. So I was diverted to field artillery, and I was sent to a unit in rural Germany, where I soon met and married my best friend. After I finished my enlistment, I started nursing school. It was almost finished when the school closed its door as a result of not being able to get their accreditation. At this point, I figured that nursing school just wasn't meant to be, so I studied to become a medical assistant. Meanwhile, we were blessed with 5 beautiful children. When my oldest son, Adam, was in the 3rd grade, his class went on a field trip to a military museum. When he got home that night, he was so very excited about that trip that it was all he talked about. He wanted to grow up and to be a soldier. When he took his bath, he would line up those little green plastic soldiers around the tub, and he would battle it out with his Godzilla monster. Adam was always the champion of the week. If he saw another kid getting pushed around by a bully, he defended them. Adam was always chasing the bullies. Adam was a gentleman. He especially loved to open doors for the elderly, mow the grass, shovel snow, or rake leaves. Adam had a great respect for the elderly. He never lacked for friends. But it bothered him that some people could be so mean to others. Once, while at church camp, Adam and his friend Tony heard about 2 young ladies who were the only ones without dates for a formal dance that was to take place on the final evening. Because of their weight, these girls had been subject to teasing from the other girls all week long. Adam and his friend decided that they should take these 2 girls to the dance. So Adam and Tony dressed up in their Sunday best, each brought some flowers, and they knocked on the door of the girls' dorm and asked these 2 girls if they would escort them to the dance. The 2 girls were so excited to be asked by the best-looking guys at camp, and for them the night was enchanting. Adam never regretted it. As he grew up, all through junior high school and high school, Adam never gave up the idea of serving his country. He was involved in ROTC in high school and was very proud of it. His dad had attended the United States Military Academy at West Point, and Adam was beginning to research how he might too be able to attend the academy. And then on September 11, 2001, when our nation was attacked by terrorists, Adam was glued to the television set. After the final tower fell, Adam stood and turned to me and said, "I need to go now. I cannot wait for an academy." So between Adam's junior and senior year in high school, he enlisted and went into basic training. He wanted to be an infantryman so he could fight the terrorists and protect his country. Due to an error on the part of the recruiter, Adam was classified as an infantry medic and was sent to Korea. In order to change his MOS, or military job description, he would be required to re-enlist and go back to school. So at the end of his first enlistment, Adam reclassified to infantry and attended the school in Fort Benning, Georgia. And then Adam was sent to Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington State. Within a few months of arriving, Adam's unit, the 4th, 23rd, 5th Infantry Striker Brigade, was deployed to Afghanistan. When they first arrived, his unit had to sleep in holes in the ground. They had no electricity or running water. He would joke about how badly all the men smelled. It took them about 3 months before they were able to get any electricity or water, much less internet and telephone communication. Then, in September 2009, Adam came home on a lottery leave, and we had many great conversations. Adam was a more serious and expressive man than he had ever been before. He told me some of the things he wanted to do with his life. He wanted to come back, attend school, and become a writer, and then return to Afghanistan as a war correspondent. He wanted to tell the world what was really happening there. We also planned his homecoming. We were going to surprise everyone with a trip to Disney World. He would show up there without anybody else knowing about it and meet us. He was pretty excited about the fact that he was going to surprise his nephew Chris. Adam was happy to be at home. His heart was back with his brothers in Afghanistan. He started telling me that if he did not make it back, there were some things that I was to do for him, and of course that's nothing a mother wants to hear. One of the things he said that was very important to him, that I go back to school and get my degree. Adam was always my biggest cheerleader. Before long, our visit had come to an end, and Adam had to return to his unit. It was very hard for us to watch him board that plane and leave us. By the time Adam was able to call, email, or text us often, but always he forgot about the time zone. He would call us about 2 o'clock in the morning, usually when we were asleep. And the first time he called, I did not get to the phone quick enough, and Adam left a message and said he would try to call me again. Then the phone rang, I sprang to life, and I heard Adam's voice at the other end. We talked for about an hour before I woke up everyone in the house to come talk to Adam. Finally, I got the phone back. Adam brought up school again. Then he said, Mom, if you would go back to school, I would pay for your tuition. All I could think of was how sweet that was, and I decided I would need to think about this seriously. Before he said goodbye, Adam told me that he was going on a mission and that I would not hear from him for a while because, just like in the beginning, they would not have any communication. So we made kissing noises on the receiver and said goodbye. The following Tuesday, my husband left the house for a church board meeting, and I was relaxing with my grandson in the family room. The front door burst open wide. Jim flew in and fell on the floor sobbing. The rest of our family came running into the room, and we heard what the words, Adam is dead, Adam is dead. They killed a boy. Surely I had heard him wrong, but then there was a knock at our open door. Sorry. There stood two soldiers in full dress uniform, and they proceeded to tell us, President of the United States and a grateful nation regrets to inform you that our son, Sergeant Adam Ray, is reported to be killed in action on this day, February 9, 2010. All hell broke loose, and our family collapsed into a heap on the middle of the floor, crying and screaming. Adam was gone. As time began to allow some healing, I'll never forget the promises I made to my son. My life and my family's life is now dedicated to completing Adam's mission. The things that he wanted to do with his life, his brothers and sisters were not going to do in his honor. Adam had talked about hiking the redwood forest in California. His sister Betsy took that hike in his name, and she recorded it on a live blog. His sister Amanda raised her son Chris to be a respectful and generous man, just like his uncle Adam. His brother Zach and his bride Lauren took time to honor Adam at their wedding, and his brother Seth has grown into the man that his brother expected him to be by owning up to his responsibilities and facing the world, challenging every opportunity that he is faced with. And as a family, we took that trip to Disney World, and we took turns on rides with an empty seat beside us, because that was Adam's seat. We set an extra plate at the table as we ate because that was Adam's place. It so happened that the 4th and 23rd 5th Infantry Striker Unit that Adam served with came home that very day we arrived in Disney World. There could not have been a better day for the homecoming. It was as if this had been planned that way. But all the things done in Adam's name, I am most proud of the fact that I enrolled in school. It's been 5 years, and I stand here today with my classmates, and I'm receiving my bachelor's degree, Human Resources, Organizational Development. Many papers and exams later, I did it. But I was not alone because Adam was here with me. It is my hope and desire to work with an organization that supports and assists the families of the fallen, the wounded warriors, veterans, and their families. I made my son a promise, and today I have fulfilled this promise to him, my son, my hero, Sergeant Adam James Gray. Thank you.